Sup, bitches?
That's one start.
That is a start. Kenny, would you like to help me interview?
Use that.
You please. I've always been the other one on the side of the camera.
Dude, I know, same.
Alright. Alright. So, what do these things do?
So,
okay.
yeah, no,
I'm here with Kenny.
Yeah.
Hi, Kenny.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good.
Alrighty, what do we got today?
We have Shulgi Rush, which is Jacob Incarnate. I literally chucked this together after like a deck Mario has called Glory to Tom, where it's essentially just no grade zeros, but I decided to make it like more pressure based. So this is what I came up with, and it seems to do pretty well against Josh's Scarrots. So that's something.
Where are we starting off?
We're starting off with a starter.
Call.
We have Steamworker Kuda. Now it's not Chrono Dran, and it's not Timepiece Draco Kid, but it's a Forerunner.
Timepiece is better.
And on your first stride, because it's a GB1, you shove it into Soul, give the Vanguard plus 5k, and red text that when the attack hits a Vanguard, you bot deck any one of your opponent's Vanguards. So it just adds more pressure for that first stride.
Yeah. The only deck that it seems to be weak to would be Gurgrit.
Yeah.
Go Paladins.
Exactly.
Return it to the deck. Go ahead,
it's
I
gonna
dare
get an
you.
extra.
Yeah.
Give me more ammunition.
Yeah, it just gives you more ammunition.
You're gonna want to.
But it's really effective against
I know you have the perfect guardian card.
other stuff like some of Scarrot's stuff, Dragonic Overlords adding or returning back the Dragon Knight that can get really big. So it can become really problematic really fast, depending on how your first one goes.
If I do it anyways. Okay.
For grade 3s, we got 4 Chronojet Dragons. Not Z's because fuck Z. This is not Time Leap. Stride skill, you CB1, bot deck anything your opponent has. Which is fucking effective.
Which is the theme you're going for. I like it.
Exactly. And then it has like a CB2 skill, but
You mean
if you
CB2?
ever yeah, sorry, GB2.
GB2,
You're
yeah.
right. You're right though.
What's CB? I'd like to...
CB2. That's also fine. That's also fine.
All right. That is.
Fuck. What is its GB2? When it attacks, it gets 5k and no grade 1 or graders to guard circle. So if you ever just like are not able to stride, you can just swing, and it's like okay, no grade 1s. 16 twin drive, no grade 1s.
I mean, 2 grade zeros would be fine.
Yeah.
But like...
Simple as that, really.
Alright.
So, to
Struggle stride is that
kind of make up for the fact where we only have 4, we actually run 7 Chronojet Dragons with Steam Fighter Bali. So, it has a rearguard circle, but this is an alternate stride target, and it's the best one that this deck can have because when you stride on top of it, the Vanguard gets an auto skill of once per turn CB1, get a Chronojet Dragon from your deck, make it your new heart, and then bot deck Bali.
How much?
40.
So we're essentially running 7 copies of Bali.
37.
It's fucking good. And then on the rearguard circle, GB1.
If you place
11.
a card, choose a hard card named Vanguard and put up...
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
sorry,
7
I was
copies of
counting.
it. Also, rearguard circle, when it hits a Vanguard,
Either way, yeah.
CB1,
Both are
bot
right.
deck a opponent's rearguard. No grade restrictions.
You know what would be good?
what?
If Chronojet Dragon had a unride skill.
Oh my god, I would love that.
Like Alfred Oath.
Busted.
I would
That
love
would be
that.
that would be a busted combo, but that would be
If it-
that would be pretty nice though.
If the first effect is like on
I
ride,
didn't freaking hit the
get like a
Soul
Gear
Sword.
Chronicle
That
that's
was
like
a
grade 2 or
game right now.
less. Actually, no.
Yeah, what I sold.
Get
No,
Shulgi.
It was a heal.
Get Shulgi, I'll be fine.
Yeah,
But that's essentially it for the grade 1s. Or no, grade 3s. Thank
Unfortunately,
you.
that's
Grade
the
3s,
game.
it's only
I
7.
haven't
So what do we got
bought
next?
that. I can
We
buy
have grade 2s.
one to help
Grade
you get
twos?
enough
We have the main boy.
And I still
We
can't
have
block the bird.
my incarnate Bokuno Blue Jeans.
I forgot to
Fucking Steam Knight Shulgi.
I think people need to see
I forgot
how much similarity there is between you two. Hold it up to you. Nope, I got it.
The one that unlocks. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that, boys.
Oh yeah.
Look at that, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yeah.
Using before, but I was just trying without him.
Yeah. Alright. So, fucking 4 Steam Knight Shulgis, Persona Incarnate, Bokuno Blue Jeans.
Yeah,
This is what this entire deck is around.
Blue jeans?
Blue jeans.
Coconut blue jeans.
Coconut blue jeans. Alright, so
I misplayed that at the beginning too.
You don't wanna
I
write
shouldn't
this,
have gone to the
ever.
start, but Saltus first.
No.
you can
I
write
should
it.
have actually went.
It's a bad.
I should have
It's a
actually
bad,
gone
it's a
to
bad
the,
writing.
flag
Exactly.
first.
However, it can get
'Cause if I
really
went flag
fucking
first, I would
big
actually win
if
a
it's on the
different
rear guard circle. Because when it attacks, you CB1. It
Actually,
gets
'cause then I could've
4K.
unlocked two of my
And then if you have a specific grade 1 Zuxin, which we'll get into later, your opponent can't guard with grade 0s. So this immediately becomes, if you have Shulgi with Zuxin, like turn 2, when you ride on grade 2, that's essentially an additional damage that your opponent has to guard. Because it just gets really fucking big and fucking scary quickly.
What's the biggest you've gotten it?
The biggest I've gotten is like 29,000. So they
29,000.
needed
So
to
you need to
they
guard
needed to
grade-
G guard against a fucking Shulgi, and it's fucking hilarious.
That is pretty nice.
Good.
Right.
Alrighty,
Well,
on to
why
the
don't you
next
have
one.
like a second player first, depending on the matchup?
For Smoke Ear Dragon because 10k base.
Yep.
I don't really know what
I
else
don't
to
know.
say.
Playing against
Yeah.
you know,
not
playing
much
against
else.
like
This is
you know,
what-
like,
this is
oh,
what you
man,
want is
everything back
final.
into my hand.
Honestly. And then
Then yes, you could do that.
for 10, we have 10 grade 2s. We have a Steam Knight Amber.
If they're gonna do that,
Steam Knight Amber, it's also an alternative ride target.
Fighter.
Steam Fighter. Thank you.
it feels
So-
You
It
can
is
if you
GB lock,
want.
which does
It's not
suck,
a bad idea.
but when it attacks a Vanguard,
Then
you
do
can
it.
counterblast 1, and if it's boosted, you can bot deck one of your opponent's grade 2 or
I mean, I
less
used to
rear
play
guards.
Amnesties in mine
So
too.
it just gets rid
But
of it
again, like
an intercept
like, universe,
unit.
I never saw. I never needed it.
and just becomes more of a problematic defense for your opponent.
I mean, I guess if
That's it for grade
helps the
2s.
mirror.
Alrighty.
This is a really simplistic deck if you think about it.
So next is grade 1s.
Grade 1s, we come to
I mean,
Shulgi's
it's really no point
girlfriend,
in about a
Zuxin.
week.
So, here we have Zuxin. Zuxin, you also don't want to write this because it's a 6 base. However, it has 2 skills. The first one, if it's boosting Shulgi, it gets an additional 3k, so this instantly becomes essentially a 9k boosting column, essentially. And then if the attack hits that it's boosting, you can Soul Blast 1, bot deck one of your opponent's grade 1 or less rear guards. So you can get rid of like a starter, like in what is it? Thunderstrike Narakumi's?
Oh, the
Yeah.
Draco kid.
Yeah, against the Draco Kid, you can just bot deck the starters so that they have less countercharging abilities.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter though because of the grade 3
but he still
Thunderstrike
wins.
4
Yeah. Wait, 2.
countercharge or
Take
soul
my
charge 1
because there's still one here.
You're right.
beginning the ride phase.
You're
So-
right. But it just gets rid of that additional countercharging
Oh,
So
ability.
it gets rid of
Okay, grab this. Oh, okay. You
Shit.
switch sleeves. Okay.
it gets rid of more
Right.
able to
I didn't know. I didn't
Yeah,
know you switched on the other
that's
side.
fighting.
Exactly. You need this if you're running Shulgi based deck. For Steam Breath Dragon because Stride Fodder.
Stride fodder.
Stride Fodder.
Chrono Jet Dragon in hand.
Exactly. Simple enough. 4 PGs because you need to live.
Yep.
Simple as that.
What? I see you have basic PGs in here.
Yeah.
What would you ride? What if you had a different choice? If you had any PGs in the world, what would you run in this deck?
If I had any PGs at all, if I had 4 copies of Arlem, I would probably run 4 copies of Arlem.
Arlem?
Arlem. Or, oh, fuck. What is it? Rafana. No, Arlem. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah. Arlem, yeah.
The Unflipper PG. Okay.
Yeah, the Unflipper PG, because this deck goes through counterblasts like nobody's business. Like, it eats through your counterblasts, and it's the only real Unflipper that I have is the next card that I'm about to get into, which is Pulsar Tamer Hegald. So, and I really wish I could find a way to fit in like a 4th one. I mean, I could cut down Zuxin, but it's just too important for this deck's main combo. So it has 2 skills.
I really should have done.
If it's put on the Vanguard circle, if it's put on the rearguard circle,
then I could really.
it gets the skill if you have a grade 4 Vanguard, where Act, Soul Blast 1, bot deck Hegald, choose a card from your drop zone, put it on the bottom of your deck, and then countercharge 1. So it gets back your trigger lineup, it gets you back,
if they can react.
it gets you back
properly,
Shulgi's, which
then you're
can
screwed.
just get you massive advantage. And then if it's GB1, if it's put on the rearguard circle, you
Yeah,
Soul
basically
Charge 1.
punish you for
So it just
trying
kind
to
of,
punish that.
it self-replenishes itself. just in case you go through all your soul. It's like, okay, sweet. Soul Charge 1, immediately use that soul, Counter Charge 1.
So what do you have for Soul Blasting? I didn't really see anything for Soul Blasting.
Respond by
Soul Blasting? It is the G Zone.
It is the G Zone? Okay,
It's
so...
the G Zone.
It's a gamble.
I want to say so, unless I missed something.
We'll get to it in a sec.
Zuxin Soul Blast. Zuxin's a Soul Blast 1.
Varies.
Yeah.
Zuxin's Soul Blast.
Okay.
That's
this.
Grade Zeros, yeah, we get to...
attack you with.
I run 18 Grade Zeros in this deck, and the first one is TikTok Worker. Kind of self-explanatory in any Gear Chronicle based deck.
Why that grade 2? They other.
You shove it into Soul, GB1. At the end of a battle that your rearguard attacked, you can shove it into Soul and then time it. Yeah, your other rearguard. So,
because
the one that's banned as the starter.
Yeah, exactly, and you can only have one of it. If I could have more than one of it, I would be all over it like bread on butter.
Everybody would.
Exactly. So, usually, if I'm really desperate for like a Shulgi turn, I would call TikTok Worker and then call like one of my critical triggers or like one of my triggers that out in front of it. Attack it for a 10k, and then time leap the trigger unit to get Zuxin right behind Shulgi. So that way it's just an instant, like, 14, 18, it just becomes an instant 21 no grade 0 line.
Please.
So it just it can get really nutty with TikTok Worker.
Banned as a starter.
Yes, I
And then we come to critical triggers. 4, you can honestly run any Gear Chronicle trigger unit. Honestly, I don't really know what to tell you.
How come you don't run the Chrono Jet?
You lost your shoes, actually.
You know, honestly, I don't know.
Well, then if
that would be a smarter idea.
Probably would be.
Second last time.
I don't have it though.
The first round.
So,
should get it.
I probably should. So yeah, this is for Chrono Jets.
And I was
Chrono Jet crit triggers.
Unless this is like the style of art you want anyways.
Yeah, so far this is what I got and I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah.
But also 3 ginger critical triggers because you gotta make it as much of me as I can. So that's it for crits. It's 7 crits. We then come to 4 Lucky Pot Draco Kid. Draw trigger. Obviously, you shove it into Soul, give it 3k. So it's additional Soul Blast material and just boosts up Shulgi when you need it. Draco Kid.
So you can go there.
3 cock blocks because it's fun to drop it for a 10k shield and be like your attack was just cock blocked. Also, it's a sand trigger because it's Gear Chronicles.
Yep.
Simple as that.
More attacks equals nice suit.
Exactly, and then 4 Time Etching Maiden Uluru because it's a heal trigger that can.
Power drop.
It's a heal trigger that can essentially bot deck itself if you go into its respective G Guardian, which can get big as fuck. Alright, that's essentially it for the main deck. That's 50. That's 18 grade 1s, 16 grade... no.
16 grade 2s? Wow, buddy.
No,
that's
18 grade 0s, 10 grade 2s, 7 grade 3s, 28, 35, 15 grade 1s.
Attack it again.
15 grade 1s, okay.
Yeah. Because I needed to make room for the Tectile Worker.
Okay.
Alright,
ready
for the G Zone.
Yeah. Grade 4s, I mean.
Oh yeah, G Zone. Your first stride, interdimensional Fate Rider Dragon. So essentially, if you have a trigger unit that you essentially want back in your deck, it's an act ability. You choose one of your rear guards, bot deck it, search your deck for something that's grade 1, so it's like a reverse time leap.
Want to pass on that?
So if you have Shulgi and like a shit ton of triggers in your hand and no Zuxin, you can essentially just call the heal trigger, call the crit trigger that you essentially want back in your deck, and it's just like, okay, I'm just gonna get my Zuxin, and we're gonna be good. Or alternatively, you can call Hegel to get more of that counter charge abilities and recycle your drop zone. So that's always your first stride. It could be your second stride depending on what your hand is.
Yeah.
But it's always like your first stride. 2 Upheaval Pegasus.
14.
This is mainly because of
Go ahead.
Dragon's Den meta, especially with fucking Kenny running Googerit, and it's just like I'm just gonna get all your triggers like out from the top of your deck. I don't want you to do it. I essentially don't want you having any of your heal triggers. That's essentially what it comes down to. You take all of your opponent's rear guards. If you have a Chronojet heart, you bot deck all of your opponent's rear guards, and then they have to call the same number of cards from the top of your deck to their rear guard circle.
This is actually, Gigurin is actually a counter to this. Go ahead, activate Unite for me.
Oh, yeah, you're right!
You have me call at least 2 units.
Oh, shit,
Unite
you're right.
is active for the whole turn. I don't have
shit,
to do
you're right.
nothing.
Shit, you're right.
And then you can get me a whole board.
Shit. Fuck. I didn't think about that. Oh, fuck. Well,
Gigurin counters that.
well, alternatively, it can also counter around Metallia Messiah. No, not Metallia Messiah. The one where it gets 3k whenever something's locked unlocked. Whatever Messiah that is. Because I hate that thing.
Yeah.
Because I hate that thing. Fuck that thing. So essentially, you bot deck your opponent's rear guards, and they have to call the same number. And that can get really nutty, especially if they call, like, most of them being triggers. Especially, like, critical triggers, heal triggers. Essentially shit that your opponent needs to survive that turn. So, 2 Pegasus. Because this is a rush deck, we have to run Mystery Freeze.
Of course.
CB2, shuffle your deck, bind the top 4. Your opponent can't guard with anything that you bind off of this. And if it's a grade 3 +1 drive, it gets really fucking big really quickly.
And it does.
Then we come to... So essentially, that's the Fate Rider, Pegasus, and the Fate Rider are just kind of standard. We then come to personal choices where it's like Metallica Phoenix, because if you have a Chronojet Vanguard, when it attacks, you flip over something in your G zone and then time leap something. So you attack with your entire column. If you have another Zuxin on standby, and like you attack with like an Amber, sure, go ahead.
Yeah.
But like, time leap at grade 0, call Zuxin over like the attacked grade 2 unit, and then you have another row of just no grade zeros.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Your opponent's like doubly scored.
exactly. This entire deck is just, can you guard me as I rush you? 7 Seas Rush? Fuck that.
We got Shulgi
We got Shulgi Rush. 1 Fiery March Colossus. I rarely go into him.
Yep.
You get into the GB8 faster than you will ever go into this, because it's really easy to get the GB8 out in this deck. So it's it's Counterblast 1, flip over a copy.
It's a Vanguard.
When it attacks, you bot deck one of your rear guards, and they can't guard with that respective grade. Correct?
Yep.
Alright, sweet. So if you're already attacked with your Shulgi columns or like whatever columns you got, you can bot deck the Zuxin and just shut off PGs for your opponent.
Yeah.
Ta-da! Welcome to what this deck does best! Recycling resources and fucking over your opponent's cards!
Block this.
2 Ragnarclock Dragons, because Ragnarclock Dragon is fun. This is alternatively your first try, just in case, you know, you ain't got nothing to call with Fate Rider. So, you Counterblast 1. When it attacks, you Counterblast 1, flip over another copy, and your opponent can't call grade zeros. But if you have a G zone of 2 or more, this gets an additional crit, which is why it's so late game, but alternatively, first turn.
Alright.
So,
If you G-Guard, might as well go into it first.
exactly.
Unlocking.
And then GB8. This is honestly so easy to get into with this deck. Time Leap has nothing against this in terms of getting off strides. This flips up so much shit, it's not even funny.
Give it the 5.
Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1, after it attacks, no. Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1, find the top, 8 cards from your deck, ain't got nothing on it. This deck recycles resources like it's nothing, like it's white on rice. When it attacks, restand a drive -1. You stack all 3 triggers on top of a Beyond Order, restand it, attack with a Twin Drive, this will kill a man.
Yeah, except you forgot one part of that. You get a second whole main phase.
Shit, you're right. You're right. If you whiff on your first triple drive and you get like all monsters or all creatures, sorry, you can essentially fill up your entire board again for a new phase of attacks.
That's insane, man.
It is. Beyond Order is honestly my favorite GBA.
Now, question.
Yes.
When the new Chrono Dragon comes out, the new G, are you gonna
Visage.
replace it with him? Are you gonna replace him with the new Chrono Jet?
You need to play LZTVs, basically.
You can't.
Yeah.
You basically
Never
can't.
mind.
He's restricted due to an archetype.
I could probably fix the deck. I could probably fix the deck around so that I could run it.
Yeah.
But for the
you
time
get a
being,
whole nother turn.
yeah. Alternatively, I would run fuck, what is it? Chrono Dragon next stage? No, not next stage.
Groovy?
Groove, whichever one. It's like, okay, after it attacks, put it in the G zone, stand the heart.
Next stage.
Next
So
stage.
you leave
I would
next
run so many copies of Next Stage if I had Next Stage,
that?
or the money to have Next Stage.
that?
You do not understand. I would
you
mad fucks with Next Stage.
You would have moved the
enough.
table there.
All right.
Alright, next
turn.
is G Guardians.
G
right?
Guardians.
You already returned for a turn.
2 retroactive Time Maiden Uluru. This
Staple.
is yes, staple.
Staple.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
This recycles so much of your shit. It's not even funny. You put it on the guard circle. You bot deck a trigger unit and a normal unit, and it gets 5k. Bot deck the heal trigger you just used.
Yeah.
Be prepared to heal sack your opponent like it's no tomorrow.
Right.
Simple as that.
It's simple and clean.
One Rafana. When you put it on the guard circle, it's mandatory. You choose one of your grade 1 or greater rear guards, return to the deck, then you have to call a grade 0 to your rear guard circle, and it gets 10k shield.
Okay.
That sounds fun. When it gets to late game and all the grade 0s you have in your deck is a heal trigger, like I lost because I used Rafana because it was my only G Guardian left. I put back Chrono Jet and I had to call the heal trigger, and I was like, and I had 3 cards left in deck, so I was like, fuck.
That sucks.
It does suck, but it does become an instant 25k shield, which is really, really handy. And it helps turbo out TikTok worker. One metal element screw. So, when you put it on the G circle, you discard a card, and then it gets 10k shield.
Let's seriously blink.
Honestly, you should place that with this now. Unless you had this now.
I probably would. I would mag fucks with it.
This, you
That's
know,
the
this
dark
not-
element. That's the dark element, right?
I think so.
It's a PG for rear guards, right?
No, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
essentially.
Oh, trust me. If-
PG and
I would mad fucks with that.
Yeah.
The amount of time, because I also play Nightmare Dolls, and
it's like 20, 30 bucks. You should get it.
trust me, I will. But the problem is that I also play Nightmare Dolls, and the same thing happens, where I have Alice's, and my opponent attacks my Alice's and not my Vanguard. So I'm like, motherfucker, attack my Vanguard, don't attack my Alice's.
Oh yeah, that's the point.
Your houses are important to us.
My Alice's are important,
That's
and
why
Shulgi is important to this deck. So it's
Nope.
like, I don't want you hitting my Shulgis. Stop it. And then we come to the fucking late game
Call. Block.
bastard. This is the one that this bot decks itself for. Or bot decks any. You bot deck a normal
Yes.
unit for it.
So, 6 actually.
and
I'll
it
get
recycles.
6 cards.
But
When I flip up, if I
GB1,
flip
Counterblast,
But-
flip up a G Guardian, and then it gets 5k for every card
Well,
face up in the
let's
G zone.
Yep.
Fucking big as shit. If it's late game, Googer it ain't got nothing on it. Cosmic Cures ain't got nothing on it, except for the fact where they might. They might.
it was 3.
But the point is,
Actually,
this gets
late game-
fucking big.
The game Guru would just stomp your ass into oblivion.
If
I can flip up
Googer
any
hasn't
card
beaten
for
this
each
deck
copy.
yet,
I get to unlock
by the time I want to get this off to like insane numbers,
Well,
something is completely wrong here.
What do you call it?
Bro,
If I
Guru
unlock
just,
any number of
especially
mine, I
like
can
Guru
only
just
block
rushes.
any
He'll
number of
just
those.
keep rushing. And if you're playing that deck,
Guru
you're
rushes.
to my stuff.
Googer Rush is much better than this deck.
Oh yeah.
Hands down.
Oh yeah.
But, like, this is a deck. It's budget. No, yeah, it is budget.
Right?
I'm guaranteed.
Roughly,
It's guaranteed.
Roughly.
Unless you-
Except for
Like,
like,
you
the G Guardian Uluru.
This one?
Okay, which of my guys
How
are
much
you
is this,
unlocking?
by the way?
I don't know. I don't have
It's
data.
sacrifice.
Alright, anyways,
chameleon,
but the point is that
I
you
would
can
say like
roughly
probably like $15 maybe.
you can roughly build this deck for under $50.
Sacrifice?
Under 50 or below. So, which is really, really fucking handy. And it's Gear Chronicle. It's really simple. There's no real... It's essentially beat your opponent over with a fucking shoe and win.
Chris's skill.
Simple as that. So, anyways,
Good enough, man.
yeah, that's eventually it. So I hope you all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the fucking video. And as always,
Then locks
me,
itself.
Kenny, Thompson, Mario, Josh, Tyler, who else am I forgetting? Evan, essentially, Glompy, yeah. Yeah, I almost forgot. How could I forget Glompy? Oh my god! I am an awful person!
Wait till Glompy sees this.
Oh my god!
Oh,
my god, I'm
not
fucked.
tell him tomorrow.
I'm
You're like,
fucked.
oh, jeez.
I'm fucked!
Alright guys, that's all we have for
That's all.
today.
Bye-bye.
Bye.